Relationships can be hard. One moment you think you found the one, and the next moment you're dodging red flags left and right. So today we're going to be talking about the biggest red flags and the biggest green flags to look out for in the start of any relationship to make sure that you're fully equipped to dive into the right one at the right time. All right, let's get started. Let's start with the red flags. Think of them as a warning sign and think of them as something's off in the relationship. Kind of like when your check engine light comes on. Except in relationships, ignoring these signs can cost you a lot more than a trip to the mechanic. The first red flag we're going to be looking at today is they never take accountability. If every argument ends with "that's just who I am," or they always blame other people for their mistakes, that's a major issue and that's not something that is healthy for you. Healthy relationships need accountability to grow. Trust forms the foundation of any healthy relationship, and when a partner is consistently deflecting blame to avoid accountability onto you or onto anyone other than themselves, they're undermining the relationship and they're undermining the trust of the relationship, leading to insecurities and doubt from you. So if your partner has a problem accepting responsibility when they mess up, they're more likely to repeat harmful behaviors, which are going to lead to recurring conflict and emotional distress for both you in the relationship. This is not something that you're going to want to deal with long-term in any relationship because, quite frankly, it's not good for you. Remember that every behavior goes both ways though, and that whatever you're expecting your partner to get right in the relationship is something you should also actively be working on improving yourself. Even though someone might have troubles taking accountability, as long as that's something that they're aware of and they're continuously trying to improve day by day with, of course, mistakes, but they're going to try and improve it, then it's not as big of a red flag as if they refuse to take accountability, they refuse to change, and they refuse to see anything wrong in their behavior. If they are and they're only blaming you for everything, or they're blaming other people, like I said, that's a red flag. Red flag number 2 is overly controlling behavior. Now, I'm not saying that them giving you advice or them trying to help you with what you're doing in life and to help you better the situation is bad, but if someone tries to control you in the way you see things, in the way you do things, in the way you look at things, and basically everything around you, even if it's your hobbies or what you wear or anything like that, doesn't necessarily mean that they love you. Sometimes it just means that they're obsessed with you or that they unhealthily want to control you due to their insecurity. A partner should be supportive, not possessive. Denying your experiences or feelings, twisting facts, or making you question your reality are all tactics that they use to undermine your confidence. And basically what this does is it's them trying to isolate you and trying to get you in a place where they can feel more secure about themselves through controlling you. Remember that your confidence is going to drop if you're with a partner who's only controlling. Why? Because they're going to strip away any confidence that you have in yourself. They're going to strip away that sense of self that you have, and it's going to lead to an increased control over your actions and decisions. So remember to be careful about the partner you choose, and if you are dealing with someone who's rather controlling, have a conversation with them about it. Talk to them about it and see how they view things. See if they even mean to be this controlling, or if there's any way you guys can find a middle ground where you both agree on certain things and you can come to an agreement where you both get what you need in order to make the relationship work. And red flag number 3 is constant negativity or criticism. Now, this sounds obvious, but sometimes it's not as easily recognizable in a relationship, especially at the beginning. If they're always putting you down, even as a joke, it's time to rethink things. Why? Because it's basically them saying that everything you do is basically clown worthy, is circus worthy. Constructive criticism is fine, but what is constructive criticism? Constructive criticism is criticism to construct you. It's to give you guidance to improve yourself. It's not criticism based on nothing that you've done wrong and just to make you look bad so they can look good. Constant negativity is what comes from criticism that is not there to help you, and that is a no-go. Remember that it can diminish your self-worth and again diminish your confidence and lead to you feeling inadequate and doubt yourself more. Over time, it can even result in negative self-image. Make sure that the relationship is not characterized by constant negativity because that is fostered in a toxic atmosphere. Positive interactions are overshadowed by criticism every single time. You do not need a partner to criticize you for wearing your red shoes instead of your pink shoes. You do not need a partner to come into your life and make fun of you for every small decision you make and for every small thing you do. Why? Because that's only going to make you feel bad about yourself, and I can guarantee that that'll lead to an unhealthy attachment style and it'll only make you hate yourself more every single day. So make sure that you do not let a person who consistently criticizes you stay in your life, because it will increase stress, it'll increase anxiety, and it'll increase emotional distress for you, and that will then leak onto your partner as well. So make sure you watch out for this in the beginning of a relationship and don't waste your time with someone just because you like them. If they're showing you any of these red flags, do not stay with them long term, because I can promise you that you will find someone else who you will like just as much but who doesn't demonstrate these 3 deal breakers. All right, then let's move on to the good stuff now. So what are the 3 green flags that you should look out for in the beginning of a relationship that will help you determine whether you should commit more to the person or whether you're maybe ready to fully commit to that person and to give them a shot at a long-term possible relationship? These 3 green flags are a sign that you're onto something great. So if you see any of these green flags, or preferably all 3 of these green flags, then make sure you hold on to that person because they are a keeper. Again, these are just few of many flags to look out for, but let's go on to them right now. The first one is they are very good at open and honest communication. The key word here is honest, because honesty is what will keep the relationship or kill the relationship. You don't want to be with someone who wants to be with you in order to get what they want and have their way. You don't want to be with someone who's going to go behind your back and is going to be dishonest about small things just so that they can feel good about themselves. And you don't want to be with someone who you cannot trust. You want someone who respects you and talks about what they want with you without wasting your time or their time. And remember, if they are upfront about their feelings, their goals, and their flaws, huge green flag, because it'll help you open up more about yours as well. You need to be honest from the beginning of the relationship, or as early on as possible up from the relationship, and make sure that you stay honest with each other throughout the relationship, because that will be your foundation. If there is no honesty in a relationship, there is no trust. And if there is no trust, there is no foundation. So work with each other, learn to trust each other, and make sure that you are honest with each other from the start. If you can tell immediately that they're not honest, then they are not for you. Green flag number 2 is they have respect for boundaries, both their boundaries and your boundaries. Boundaries in general. We love boundaries. Boundaries are great. So if they respect your boundaries without making you feel guilty, that is a major win, because it shows that they care about your comfort and your well-being. A boundary could be anything. It could be you saying that you don't want them out past a certain time, saying that you would like them to text you good morning. It could be that you don't want them doing a certain thing. It could be that they don't want you doing a certain thing, that they would like you to do a certain thing, and so on. But you will know they're the one. They hear what you're saying and they actually follow through with what you need and what you want from them. Not because you're being controlling, but because you need that to feel secure and loved and appreciated. And they know that and they want to give that to you. So they are willing to respect your boundaries and to basically give you that security that you need. That's love. And if they are not respecting your boundaries, they do not love you. You need to set aside what you want to make them feel secure. In the same way, you need to set aside what you want to make them feel secure and wanted and loved just as much as they have to. And red flag number 3 is effort and consistency. So basically, a partner who follows through on their promises and puts in the effort to make you feel valued, that is top tier in a relationship. Why? Because it shows that they're reliable. It shows that they're able to keep their goals. They're able to keep their promises. It basically shows that they are worth what they say, and it gives you the assurance, like in the first point, to be able to trust them for that they're going to do what they say they're going to do. Some small examples of this could be if they make you feel better when you're feeling down, if they remember small details about you, of what you like, and they do those things and remember you, if they actively try to build you up instead of tear you down, if they remember your anniversary, if they remember Valentine's Day, if they bring you flowers, if they give you a massage when they know you have a sore back. Small things like this. If they're putting in the work that will transform the relationship into something long-lasting, then you know you're in the right one. Why? Because it's important to make sure this comes from both sides again, so you need to be putting in equal effort just as much as you expect them to put in that much effort as well. You cannot expect something from someone that you're not willing to reciprocate yourself. Always remember that. Remember that in a relationship, it's about being selfless and caring for your partner every single day repeatedly. That is why it is crucial to choosing a partner that is right for you, and why you cannot afford to see where things go, especially if you're looking for a long-term relationship. Because if you do, you won't be happy and the relationship will fail, and then it'll be disheartening, and then you'll move on to the next person in the same situation. So be careful, be wise, and take the time you need. Do it right from the start to look out for these red and green flags from the start, so that you waste as little time with the wrong person and are able to then spend as much time with the right person that you will build a life with, that you'll be able to be with long term, and that you'll be able to see something long lasting with. Let me know in the comments what you think, and thank you so much for watching.